Let's welcome back to our guest line from Hot Air, the one and only Ed Morrissey. Hey, Ed, how you been?
I am doing well. Thanks for having me on today, Mike.
You bet. Great hearing your voice. How did things go from your perspective? Give us an overview, a summary, a wrap-up of the events at CPAC.
Well, I think it went pretty well. I was initially a little concerned that the energy seemed like it was a little subdued, but it picked up. And you certainly saw some organization between the Jeb Bush campaign, the Rand Paul. The Rand Paul people are always well organized at CPAC. They turn out young people. Those young people vote in the straw polls. What was interesting to me, though, first off, CPAC announced that they'd had record attendance. I think it was around 11,300 and something people. It was a little bit better than it was last year. What was interesting to me, though, was that the straw poll voting went up about 20% over last year. And Scott Walker turned out to have a really good straw poll turnout. I didn't see any organization on the ground for Scott Walker, so either it was subtle or it was just grassroots, but he ended up with close to 22% of the straw poll, and Rand Paul ended up with a little over 25%, which is down from 31% the year before, so I think a lot of the additional votes were coming from Scott Walker.
The Scott Walker story was an impressive one. Of course, they tried to make it out that he had a big gaffe when he didn't compare terrorists with union protesters. He was making a point that he has stood up to thousands of union protesters, and I think he was speaking to the bigger picture of taking on bigger challenges in the world. I think that was a blip on the radar.